Okay guys, here I have a concept of kinetic propulsion for ships, boats. It could be any form. This is just the simplest form of using kinetic energy for propulsion. In this case, I have a simple theory. It could be a paddle, it could be an engine, um, it could be a form of any kind, but it's basically using kinetic energy to propel faster a ship, a boat, or anything simple such as a canoe. And the way to break it down using kinetic energy is this, the most simplest form is this paddle. This paddle, normally you go this direction to pull the boat or canoe forward this way. And so as you paddle this way, you move the canoe going this way. And this paddle has got a cylinder right here of a heavy material, maybe lead or something else, very heavy, maybe 50 pounds or who knows what. But as it spins really fast on rotation, then the center of gravity is no longer in the arms of the person, but let's say the person is sitting on the canoe, so that gravity is transferred, center of gravity is transferred into the where the person is sitting, and it's not in the arms or the back or the lower back. It's basically a center more where the person is sitting or standing, but it's not in the upper body of the person. So normally when you carry 50 pounds, it's extremely heavy for a person to lift it up. Well, with this concept, you have the spinning cylinder. Let's say it's 50 pounds, and you pick it up, it's going to be very light because it's going to feel like it's not even heavy, because at the same time it's spinning. So that transfers the center of gravity and not into your arms or your elbow or to your shoulder, but transfers that center of gravity into your where you're sitting or standing, the bottom of your buttocks or bottom of your feet if you're standing or sitting, or lower where you're sitting actually. So as you transfer that center of gravity, this becomes light, extremely light. So as you lift and you drop it, and obviously this could be larger to capture more water than normal. So you got 50 pounds force coming down, and you picking it up, and it's light like any other paddle. But now you have a paddle with 50 pounds of energy force coming down. So that means that you could actually go faster. You can grab more water, more speed, and agility. And this is a simple concept of a motor. This is just more like for understanding how it could work, but it could be designed into a motor system that uses kinetic energy to propel a boat, a canoe, a ship, a battleship, a cruiser, something using kinetic energy to propel it faster with more energy. See, that spinning of the 50-pound cylinder stores that energy. So when you go rotate it, rotating in this direction, then that energy is released into the water to propel faster, because that weight pulls it more power, more energy. So it could be on either side of the canoe. So if it's on the other side of the canoe, then the cylinder has to spin the opposite direction. So the cylinder spins in the direction of where the angle, because it's not going straight forward. It's going in an angle like you're batting a baseball. So it's a rotation angle. And if you follow that rotation angle with the spinning, then that energy is transferred directly into the water. So you have a super propulsion for a canoe, for a ship, using kinetic energy stored in a spinning 50 pound, 25, whatever the amount of the weight is, releasing into the propulsion system. In this case, is the water, using a simple concept of the paddle. But you could imagine engines that harness the kinetic energy this way, and wow, then you have a propulsion system using pure kinetic energy. Of course, still going to take power, fuel, electrical, whatever, or in this case, it could be powered with lithium batteries to spin it, or whatever concept of power you have, or directly hooked up to the ship electrical system, the power, whatever kind of power source, pneumatic, electrical, whatever power source, it's okay. But the concept is storing energy on a spinning and making it center of gravity transferred to lower. Actually, that worked for a ship, because if you transfer the center of gravity to the bottom of the ship, and that way the mechanical systems or whatever systems they have on the engine, that you no longer have that stress on those joints of carrying a heavy object. Now you have that the stress going to the bottom. This could be good for a lot of systems of construction wise to propulsion. It's just the concept is awesome. But this is a simple kinetic propulsion system, and to the most easiest way that I can put it. You can see on YouTube videos where there's a guy who spins a 45-pound dumbbell on a bar, and as normally it's not spinning, the guy cannot lift the bar. At the end of the bar, it's got this dumbbell, 45 pounds. He cannot lift it, but once they do a spinning, they add spinning to the dumbbell, the actual 40-pound weight to the spins. Then the guy can actually pick it up with one single hand. So the weight of that object is actually reduced drastically, and is transferred into the bottom of his feet, basically center of gravity. So the object's not even longer heavy. So that person can now pick up something he normally could never pick up with one hand. He could easily pick it up with one hand. But if he uses that striking force, not in that direction, actually that energy is transferred into that direction. Angle of in this case, let's say this dumbbell is going, you can transfer that direction of where that angle of movement is going to be, whether it be a dumbbell or a paddle. So when you pick up this paddle and it's 50 pounds, you're not going to feel 50 pounds in your hands. It's going to probably feel like 5 pounds or maybe 10 pounds, but you're not going to feel like you're picking up 50 pounds. See, that energy, it becomes light, but actually it's got that power weight. Even though you don't feel it, it's got that power. As soon as you let it drop, with the rotation and coinciding with the angle of propulsion, you have easily made something powerful. It could be used. This technology could be awesome. It could be your arm. This could be your arm, and you put the cylinder in your wrist. And if you have this thing spinning in your wrist, now you have 40, 20, 25, 40, whatever, 45 pounds in your wrist spinning. When you move that arm into your direction, and obviously you could hurt yourself. I don't recommend doing that. Let's say a hammer, then the power or spinning of the hammer, then you have a extremely powerful hammer. Let's say a 10-pound, it could be acting as a heavier object, when it's basically, even though it's heavy, it's going to feel like it's light, but you're going to slam or strike an object with more power, and it's gonna be for you heavy to lift it. So extreme causes. Anyway, I think it's kind of cool. It's a kinetic propulsion by me, and I'll just do this. There we go. Anyway, this is one of my other inventions, kinetic propulsion.